Today we are going to learn about the problems related to the normal distribution. Right? In our earlier session, we learned the basic characteristics of this normal distribution, and we did some problems related to derived scores, McCall scales, Hull scales, and all those. Uh, Today we are going to deal with the problems related to this normal distribution. Right? And you know what is normal distribution? Normal distribution, in the simplest way, we can interpret it as like this. Normally, when we give a test, we can see that the majority of students will score around the average. This is the average. That's why the majority, frequency, higher frequencies. Majority will score around the average, and a few will be scoring with high marks, and another few students will score very low marks. The rest of the students are here with majority clustering around the X bar. That is the normal distribution, right? So here in this middle line we mark the X bar, average, right? These are the X scores or row marks, and these are the Z scores, relevant Z scores. Now when we are dealing with the normal distribution problem, they give the standard deviation of this group, right? This is the sample, this is the population. The standard deviation and X bar 60 and the number of students. This is for the sample, right? 1000 students sat for a chemistry test. That's the sample. And here the population, all the chemistry students. Now if we study this one, in your paper there are two types of questions you will get. As I told you the other day, they will give you a mark and ask for the number of students. The students are here under this curve, right? We consider the whole population is represented by this curve, this area, right? And one assumption is that 50% of students have scored the marks above the average, and 50% scored marks below the average. That's the assumption. Usually it's not like that. If there are 20 students in a test, we assume that 10 students have scored above the average, 10 students have scored below the average. Right? That's one assumption. Based on that assumption only, we are calculating all these problems. Okay? And that is 5%, 5%. Right? Half, no? So it is this side 0.5000. We take 4 decimals. We'll come to that later. Now, as I told you, they will give you a particular mark and ask for the number of students. Right? Say, those who got above 85 will get prizes. How many prize winners are there? They will give you the mark. Those who scored above 85 will get prizes. How many prize winners are there? So we'll have to find the number of students. They have given the cut-off mark. That is one way. Give the mark, ask for the number of students. Or they will give the number of students and ask for a mark. 20% fail the exam. 20% means number of students. Right? Out of 1200, 20% of them fail the exam. What is the cut-off mark? Or what is the pass mark? They will give the number of students and ask for a particular mark. Those are the two methods. Give the mark, ask for number of students. Or give the number of students and ask for the mark. So there are two routes Here there's a route. Through this you will have to go. Through this you will have to come down. Right? There are two routes. That's what we are going to study in these normal distribution problems. Okay, we'll do that in steps. There are 5 or 6 steps, simple ones. You will have to follow them, then you can understand properly. Right? Now the first step is shading the area. Shading the area. Now what is this? Now in the normal distribution problem, as I told you earlier, they will give you these 3 information, right? X bar, standard deviation and number of students. When we consider the percentiles and percentage ranks, you can get these two, but not the number of students. That's how you can separate those two types of questions, right? In the normal distribution, you get all 3. Number of students also included. Right. They will give all these things in sentences. In a maths test, their average mark is 60. The standard deviation is 5. Likewise, they will give you the question, right? And we'll go to the first question. Those who scored above 72 received prizes. How many prize winners are there? That's the first question, right? Those who scored above 72 received prizes. Then asking, how many prize winners are there? Now, what you have to do is, in the question, identify what is given as usual, right? Even in the percentile, identify what is given, whether the mark is given or the number of students is given. What is given there? The mark. Those who scored above 72, underline it here. In your question, underline what is given. Above 72, not only 72. It could be below 72. So underline the condition also, right? Above 72. Then you have to draw a curve, right? You have to draw it like this quickly. Don't use your rulers. It doesn't matter. It might be this way and that way. It doesn't matter, right? This is the curve, and then you'll have to mark. This is the Z score 0 and average. What is the average? 60. And write X bar. This you'll have to do in every problem. Draw the curve, put 0 here, that's standard Z score equals 0. That means the average 60 or 50, 55, 65. Then put X bar. Then it's easy for you. Okay, actually it should be nice and tidy. Okay. Now you know that there are 3 standard deviations above the mean. So it's 60 now. Then here 3 standard deviations above the mean, 3 standard deviations below the mean. So what are the values? If it is 60 here in the middle line, this one standard deviation is 5 no? Then 65, 70, this is the 75, right? First standard deviation, second, third one, 3. We call this as the highest mark. Okay, highest mark. And this is the highest standard deviation, equals 3 according to your syllabus. Then this way, here it's 55, 50 and then 45. Here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. You know all this. Minus means below the average. Right? There are 3 standard deviations above the mean, 3 standard deviations below the mean. So this is the lowest value. We'll come to this later. You know, but for the problem. Okay, usually it's like this. You don't have to draw everything. I'm just going to show you one for you to get the idea. Then draw like I do. Now we have this one. This is the curve. What is this? The normal distribution curve. Now we'll go to the problem. Those who scored above 72 received prizes. 72. Now we'll see, this is 60. 72. Which side? This minus side or plus side? Plus side, 72. Where's 72? Now here 65, 70. 72 is somewhere here. Right, we'll mark, then draw the line, 72. Right, that is 72. Okay, and go first draw the line for the mark, 72. Then go to the condition, above 72. Above 72. So, what do you have to do? Then shade the area above 72. This is 72 and above 72. Draw lines like this. You can use the same color, right? Your pencil or pen. Just for this is, I'm using different colors to highlight. That is the relevant area, right? Shading the area. We need to find, now these are the students, so we need to find the area that is represented by the requirement. The number of students who scored above 72. Above, the students are here. To find the number, we need the area. That's the first step. All right. So, what you have to do, actually this is the proper one, but you don't have to do like this. Once you have gone, read the question, underline what is given. Here it's the mark. Then write like this. Above 72. Underline it. That's the first problem. Then draw the curve. Quickly you will have to draw it. Don't use rulers. No time for that. Then put 0. Then whatever the average given here, X bar. Put X bar. Right? Then go to this one. Go to the mark 72. Where? Below the 60, below 60 or above 60? Above 72. Somewhere here. Don't measure everything. The proper one is here, 72, somewhere here. But just draw a line, 72, that's the mark. Here there should be a gap, right? We'll have to find this Z value. Then go to the condition, above. Above means here, this side. Shade the above 72. Okay, this is the proper way. This is for you to understand. Okay, right. Now we'll shade different types of areas. To save time, I have drawn the curves. This is for a practice one. We are going to try out all the possible question types, right? First, we'll take the same problem. Now, for all the problems, we are taking 60 as the X bar and standard deviation 5, right? For this, the whole set of examples. Now, we'll say the first one, above 72. What you have to do, you write it like this, underline it, and draw the curve, put 0, then 60, X bar. Then go to the mark, 72. Where? Above 60. 72 somewhere here. Right? Draw a line. Go to the condition, above. That means above. Hatta dekata වැඩි. This is the area. Right. Next one, something similar to this. Above 65. Those who scored above 65 got uh, certificates above 65, right? How many students? Now draw the curve, put 0, then 60, x bar, go 65. Where 65? Above 60. So 65 somewhere here. Draw the line, shade the area. All the area. Next one, above 49. Those who scored above 49 were taken on a trip. Different examples, right? How many students went on a trip? 49. So draw the curve, put 0 here, then 60. These are very important, right? For the calculations, you need this. 60, 49. See, 49 where? On the left side or right side? Left. Below 60, no? 49 somewhere here. Don't measure. Put 49 and draw a line. 49. And what's the condition? Above 49. 49ට වැඩි ඔක්කොම. All the students who scored above 49. So you can draw all lines like this, or this is the middle line. You can draw the lines like this way, and this way. Right? There's a purpose. You can draw straight lines, but we have to get the probability separately. Right? So this is the area the students are represented by. Above 79. Right. Next one, we'll do something similar to this one. Above 58. Write it here. Above 50. They were given hats. Right? What do you have to do? Draw the curve, put 0, 60, x bar. Then go 58. Where? Below 60. So put 58 here. Draw a line. Then go to the condition. Above 58. These are very important, right? Above 50. Above 58. Now we'll take another one. That's one type, right? Above. So like this, and whole area like this. Then we'll go to this one. Those who scored below 46. We'll say below. Below 46. Underline. Failed the exam. How many students failed the exam? Below 46. So once again draw the curve, put 0, then put the average x bar, and go to the mark 45. Where's 46? Where's 46? Here 46. Draw a line 46. Go to the condition below 46ට අඩු below 46. Shade the area. We'll do another one. Below 53. Those who scored below 53 had to sit for a remedial course after school classes. Right? How many students participated in that after school class? Now we need to find the number of students. Again, put 0, 60, x bar. Then go to this mark 53. Where's 53? Below this one. Draw the line. Okay. Go to the condition below 53. This shading of area is very easy, but this is the most important part. We do all the problems based on this shaded area, right? Below. We'll go to this type. Below 74. We'll go to this type. Below 74. Those who scored, all the students who scored below 74. Were not taken for, were not given certificates. How many students did not receive certificates? Something like below 74. So what do you do? Draw the curve. Then put 0, put 60, the x bar, and 74. It is above 60. So 74. Where 74? Somewhere here. Right? Draw the line. After drawing the line, go to the condition. Below 74. So the whole area, right? This side and this whole side. There are the students who scored below 74. Something similar to this. Those who scored below 65. Find the number of students who scored below 65. Ah, 0, 60, x bar, go to the mark 65. Which side? Above. Put 65 here. Draw the line. Go to the condition. Below 65. Right? All the students who scored below 65. This group as well as this below 65. All right, so we did all below. Now we'll do another type. Those who scored between 65 and 70 got credit passes. What is the condition given in the question? Between 65 and 70. The mark is given. Take that one and write it here. Between 65 and 70. And do neatly, right? Once again, what you have to do? Put 0, 60, x bar. Then 65 and 70, two values are there. It doesn't matter. Now where 65? Somewhere here next to 60. Put 65. Draw a line. What's the next one? 70. Where 70? Passing 65. Somewhere here 70. Draw a line. Then go to the condition. Between 65 and 70. Yes, 65 and 70. Between this. This is the area we need. Between 65 and 70. And those who scored between 65 and 70 got credit passes. How many students got credit passes? The students are here in this area. We'll do something similar to that. Between 63 and 74. That's what given in the question, right? So underline, draw the curve, mark 0, 60, then x bar. 63 above 60. Put 63. Draw the line. Then 74 above 63. 7. මේ පැත්තට තමයි වැඩි වේගන යන්නේ. Draw the line. Go to the condition. What is the condition? between 63 and 74, 63, 74 here, between. Okay. Now another. Between 46 and 48. 46 and 48. This is end. Right. So put 0, mark this. And here 60 x bar. 46. Where's 46? Somewhere here. Draw the line. 48. 48. Where's 48? Here on this side of this. 46 here. 48. Write 48. Draw the line. And between 46 and 48. That is the point. Next one. Something similar to this. Between 55 and 59. Between 55 and 59. 60, sorry, 60 x bar. Then 55. Where's 55? Somewhere here. 55. Draw the line. Then 59. 60 will get 25. Closer to 60. So 59. Draw the line. 59 line. Then between 55 and 59, this is the area. Okay, 55 and 59. Now we'll study some more areas. There's something I want to highlight. We'll take this one between 48 and 53. So put 0, 60 x bar. Then go to this one, 48 and 53. Right 48 here in this corner, 48. This side, 48, draw the line. And 53. Here, 53. That means you'll have to draw this line a little bit further away from the 60, right? Then you have space. 53 is here. So the shaded area is between 48 and 53. 48, 53, this area. What I wanted to highlight was now 48, 53. Write this 48 here somewhere closer to this end. Then you have enough space. Right? Okay. We'll do the other type. Between 50 and 70. 50 and 70. Now this is 60. Right? 60. 50. Where's 50? Here on this side. 50. Draw the line. 70. Where's 70? Above 60. 70. Draw the line. Go to the condition. What? Between 50 and 70. 50, 70. This whole area. So shade it. middle area, right? Something similar. Between 48 and 68. Right. 0, 60, x bar. Then go to this one. 48. Where? Below 60. So 48. Draw the line. 68. Above 60. 68. Draw the line. Go to the condition. Between 48 and 68. These areas. 48 and 68. Right, that is between. Okay, we'll say between those students who got between 48 and 68 received credit passes. How many credit holders are there? So the students are here. Later we'll have to calculate. That's the area. Right, first we need to find the area to do all the calculations. Then there's another type. They will say the mid 60%. The mid 60% had to sit for another test. Mid 60%. Right? Now they have given the number of students. All these are marks. Mid 60% of students had to sit for another test. What are the cutoff marks? They will ask. You have to find the mark. So before that, you need to find the number of students, the area, relevant area. Mid 60. Mid 60 means the middle 60%. How can you get it? This is the middle line. So divide this percentage into 2. 30%, 30%. So on this side, 30%. From here to here, 30%. Then from here to here, the other 30%. There are no marks here, right? Anyway, you have to put 60 x bar. Always once you have drawn the curve, put this. And now they haven't given any marks, only the students. So you just mark the students. We don't have anything to write here. That's what we need to find. Mid 60. So this is the area. So shade the area. I am doing all the possible areas, right? Next, something like similar to this problem. The mid 75 students. The middle 75 students. Put 0, 60, x bar. Mid 75. So 75, divide that by 2. That is 37.5, 37.5. So there are no marks given. So just draw the lines. Here, sorry, you have to write 30% like this. 30%, 30%. Right? Here, the area is this. There are 37.5% of students. And this side also there are 37.5. Like this. If there are 40%, middle 40%, then 20%, 20%. 15%, 7.5%, 7.5%, or 7.5%, 7.5%. That's the way. So, then we come to another type. They will say the highest 10% received scholarships. What is the cutoff mark for a scholarship? The highest 10%. That is what is given. So always write what is given here. Highest 10%. That is what they have given. That's what you will have to write here, right? What is given in the question. Highest 10% got scholarship. What is the cutoff mark? Right? So then you put 0, 60, X bar. Always put these things. Though there are students. Highest 10%. Highest values are here. 10%. Vadima 10%. Highest 10%. So all the full area. This side. Right? So you put 10%. That's the highest 10%. You don't have to write the highest 10% because we know that on this side we find the highest values. Right, we'll say the highest 2.5% got full scholarships. Full scholarships means the tuition fees or the money and the boarding, right? Hostel fees. Highest 2.5%. That's what they have given. 2.5, right? Highest, anyway, 60 X bar. Highest 2.5. Highest values now here. So this is the, you don't have to measure, this is 10, then it should be smaller. No, just write 2.5. Put this arrow, it's important. That is 2.5. Next words. Similarly, the lowest 15%. The lowest 15% had to sit for a remedial course. Lowest 15. Lowest. Aduma. Here. So, we don't know the marks. They have given only the percentage number of students. Lowest 15 means here. Write 15%. And put here. Lowest 15%. Then the lowest 7.5%. Failed the exam. As I told you, these are different examples, right? Not the same thing. So lowest, anyways, always put these things, right? Then lowest 7.5 here. The area is this. And write 7.5. Always put this percent. All right. These are easy practice. I'm doing all the possible ways that you will get questions from. Next one is, now read carefully. The 10% of students next to the highest 5% received semi-scholarships. Only the tuition fees. 10% next to the highest 5% received scholarships. Right? Now we need to find the 10%. They are the ones who received the scholarships. Not the highest 10%. What? 10% next to the highest 5%. As usual, you put 0, 60, x bar. Now we'll go to, now we are talking about highest values, so this side, right? 10%, that's what we need. This is what we need. But what's the condition? Next to the highest 5%. Now where's the highest 5%? This one. That is the highest 5%. Is this the area that we have to shade now? No, that's not the area we need. We need 10% next to the highest 5. So then there should be another area. Right? This is the highest 5%. Next to that, there's 10%. That is the area we need. There are the students, those who have scored, right? 10% next to the highest 5%. So put the arrow. We'll have to find the probability of this shaded area. And then find the cutoffs. ළමයි දීලා ලකුණ ළමයි. There are two routes. Right here, they have given the number of students 10%. They are asking for the limits, cutoffs. Now something similar. So when you do like this, put 0, 60, x bar. Then go to the problem. 3%. Now we need 3%. But what's the condition? Next to the highest 2.5%. So highest 2.5, where's that? Here. This area is highest 2.5. Are we going to shade that area? No. But put the arrow. Don't shade it, put the arrow. Highest 2.5%. We need 3%. Next to the highest. This is the highest 2.5. Next to that, longer. 3%. Right? That's what we need. This is the area. Put an next to. Right? To read this. 10% next to the highest 5%. Next to the highest 2.5%. Now we'll do this one. 4% next to the lowest 2%. Now what? 0, 60, x bar. Then we need 4%, but there's a condition. Next to the lowest 2%. Where's the lowest side? Here. Lowest 2 here. This is lowest 2%. Put the arrow. But is that the one we need? No. 4% next to the lowest 2%. This is the lowest. Lowest 2%. Next to the lowest. So this is the one. And 4% is this. That is the area we need. So shade it. Alright. Something similar. 3.5%. Now we need 3.5%. That means 3.5%. Next to the lowest 1%. Lowest 1% here. Before that, what? 60 x bar. Lowest 1%. This is the lowest 1%. Put the arrow. Next to that, 3.5%. This is 3.5. Okay, this is the one we need. See, 3.5% next to the lowest 1%. This is the lowest 1%. ඒක ළඟ තියෙන 3.5. මේ පැත්තට ආය යන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. Lowest කියන්නේ අඩු. Highest කියන්නේ වැඩිම. ඒක ළඟ තියෙන. Right? Something. So 3.5% next to the lowest one. So we discussed all the possible areas. You have to practice. What you have to do now? First, draw the curves like this. This part, the first example, I'll send you a note with the drawings, and then you'll have to draw another set. I'll give these. You have to draw by yourself. All right. And when you draw all these, now say this is your page. Right? It's better if you can draw. Now see your page side by side. Take 3 curves. Yeah, take 3 curves like this. Side by side. In one page, 3 curves. Three curves means 1, 2, 3, but side by side. Because we need to do some calculations here, we have to find the z values and all. Right? That is one possible way. If not, you can write one under the other. But you will need many pages for that. Side by side is fine. 3. Altogether in one page, 6 curves. All right. So that is the work that you have to do. What did we learn? We learned how to shade the areas. There are different types of areas. Actually, there are 12 different types. These are the possible, all the possible question types. Not that difficult. Actually, not difficult. The only thing is you have to remember, go to the question, put all these things and mark the areas and shade. Based on the shaded area only, we calculate all the things. So this part is very important. What is this part? Shading the area.